This aerial shot shows approximately where Dyson's body was found. 20 years later, I'm standing near the same site, but with minimal evidence. Police say they hope bringing this case to the surface encourages possible witnesses from 2005 to step forward. But ultimately, they hope to bring answers to Brandy's family.
But I still have faith today. I have faith that it will be solved. I have faith that justice will prevail.
Their stories now in black and white.
What amount of money could possibly replace somebody losing their innocence in their youth? None.
Allegations dating back to the 60s, victims as young as 5, priests, pastors, nuns named as defendants, and graphic details, many published for the first time after Louisiana's look-back law allowed these lawsuits to be filed. While the original death certificate listed several injuries as the cause of death, the manner of death is not listed. Earl Bunch Jr. was serving in Thailand when his son died. Bunch wasn't convinced it was an accident, and as the years went on, his suspicion grew. Though he did not want to be interviewed on camera, Bunch spoke to 7 News extensively. He shared his feelings, photographs of his son, and even letters sent to him by Alice before the tragedy. He says those letters still haunt him. One reads, quote, "I can't put up with this mess. I hate your son. I wish he was dead." Did y'all ever think, when we got together the first time, or even before that, that you guys would get to this point of finally seeing him sign that bill?
I thought we would, just from the support. I just didn't realize it'd be this fast.
Though justice may be served for other victims, Lee says for his family, this wound will never be healed.
You know, that's kind of what our family has always been about, helping others that are in need. So if our, injustice could help other people get justice, I think it's very satisfying to our family.
But what does that look like for you and for me? Most of us can simply grab our smartphones and with the simple click of a button, you can have the forecast at your fingertips. But what about the information that's put into these forecasts that grants us that luxury?
No, it's just whoever could help.
It's all made possible by folks like Stephen Carboni and his crew over at the National Weather Service Lake Charles office.
Living off the land and living where you only have property.
Loretta says the recovery process has been the same for every hurricane. Simply put, horrible. But she says there was something about Laura that was different.
Laura was mean. She took my little house and pushed it in the marsh. And then after we found it, somebody droned it and we found it, some jerk goes put the field on fire, put the marsh on fire, burnt the little house down.
Also different when Laura came around, Cameron's coastline, years of erosion which continues to reshape the area. But Cameron Parish is not only losing its ground, it's losing its people.
It's the biggest heartbreak I think that anybody could ever imagine was losing all of our little people here. We didn't lose any lives, but things that they had built back 60 years ago and stuff, gone, just disappeared.
With the neighbors went grocery stores, hardware shops, restaurants, and bars that once sat on Holly Beach.
An hour to eat, an hour to the bank, an hour to shop. Yeah.
Do you make like a weekly or like monthly?
Daily. Daily? Almost every other day.
Good evening and welcome to a special election edition of Nightcast. I'm Morgan Babineaux. This election marked a big change in Louisiana, with party primaries replacing open primaries in some races. The most notable is the U.S. Senate race. The Republican side had a contentious race where the incumbent Bill Cassidy was challenged by Congresswoman Julia Letlow, State Treasurer John Fleming, and Mark Spencer. And it looks like we're headed to a runoff. Congresswoman Julia Letlow has a commanding lead, but not enough to avoid a runoff. It looks like she'll face up against John Fleming in the June 27th runoff, but there are lots of votes still to be counted. Calcasieu grand jury hands down an indictment of the man accused of shooting at Lake Charles police officers during a standoff last February. Good afternoon, I'm Morgan Babineaux. 55-year-old Lance Chasson was formally charged today with 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Surveillance cameras were recording as the standoff unfolded. Ring cam video shows what happened on February 8th on Tallowood Drive. A neighbor was watching everything unfold until Lake Charles police officers arrived at their door to evacuate their building. Vernon Parish Sheriff's deputies arrest 2 Leesville residents after an internet crimes against children investigation. Detectives say a tip from the Louisiana Attorney General's office led them to 35-year-old Lance Joseph Meyer. He's accused of using social media to view and download child pornography. A search of his online account and home turned up images and videos in what deputies call a marijuana grow operation. Meyer is charged with 6 counts of pornography involving a juvenile, with more drug charges coming. 36-year-old Chinsia Marlowe is charged with cultivation of marijuana and possession with intent to distribute. Both are being held without bond as state police continue forensic work on seized devices, and more charges are expected. Coming up, Lake Charles police share new details on a weekend shooting that landed multiple people in the hospital. Plus, a new order from the Supreme Court extends access to a common abortion pill, at least for now. Well, good afternoon. I'm Morgan Babineaux. We've had a few showers today, but it looks like better weather is on its way. Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton joins us.
Yeah, we're going to get a break for the rain, but not for a little bit.
Comment dit-on spelling bee? Whether Cajun or Creole, Louisiana has always been known for its French heritage. Well, today, students were able to put their knowledge to the test in a French immersion spelling bee. Held at Gillis Elementary, students from Gillis and Preon Lake Elementary Schools came together for some friendly competition. Well, a good Monday morning to you. Hope all of you had a great weekend. If it's your first time joining me, welcome to It's All Good, the weekly show where we highlight all the good in Southwest Louisiana. The colors have changed, and it's time to let the good times roll in Southwest Louisiana as the special tradition of the Mardi Gras 12th night has arrived. KPLC's Brendan Brown was there over the weekend. A South Louisiana musician recently wowed judges on a national stage. His goal was rather different than most. Of course, I had to catch up with him, so we took a ride around Vermilion Parish talking about his Cajun heritage and his musical journey. Deep in Vermilion Parish, there's a place called Cow Island with a population of just a few hundred people. Welcome back to It's All Good. The Cardiac Cowboys were in full swing over the weekend when they came just 1 run short of a comeback in extras to Southeastern in the Saturday game 1 of the Southland Conference Tournament Bracket Play Final. The two met back on the diamond for a winner-take-all matchup with a ticket to the championship series on the line. The Pokes with redemption on their mind from Saturday's loss, and Marcus Houston gives the Cowboys an early jolt in the second. He crushes this out deep to right, and boom goes the dynamite. That's Houston's 3rd home run of the weekend. The